Welcome back to the Purple Goldfish. Stan Phelps here, the mastermind of the Purple Goldfish Project, and I'm his sidekick, Jack Campese.
How you doing?
So we're going to continue our talk about restaurants, but we're going to slide now into the fast food realm.
A different theme.
And, you know, not fast food and dessert and places like that. So where do you want to go first?
Where do we want to go first? Well, I think we need to talk Five Guys because I think Five Guys kind of has broken the mold.
First of all, whenever I mention Five Guys or it comes up, everybody gets excited. Everybody loves it.
Right. And they're blowing up right now. They're doing well. But the two things we like to talk about for Five Guys, one is right when you walk in, free peanuts. And this was just genius. It was wild because they had such long lines when they started in DC. They figured out they needed something to keep people busy while they were in line. And it just became a nice little extra throw in. And I love the fact that they put the warning labels up like, oh, by the way, there's peanuts in here.
Yeah.
So I love it that they haven't kind of bowed down to the whole peanut controversy.
You remember the Ground Round restaurants?
Yeah.
They used to have you throw the peanut shells on the floor.
Right.
And when I was a kid, I wanted to go to Ground Round all the time. And they stopped doing that. And I don't know why.
Right.
I don't even know if the Ground Round is still around.
I'm not sure.
So
But they've actually been listed in the project they also do free popcorn. That was one of their, the big little...
So maybe popcorn wasn't as messy for them. But
Yes.
man, was that a signature. Now, what else about Five Guys? Now, first of all, let's remember Five Guys has a good product. You get a good burger.
Great
you don't
product.
have the condiments and the toppings and all that.
All included,
All
yeah.
included. So
Right.
there's no hidden. But what's the...
The one thing we like is they really pay attention to their fries. First of all, they only get their fries from like the north of Idaho because the fries they say are heartier when you cross a certain threshold. And what we love about it is they actually, once they fill your container of fries, they literally will give you one or two extra handfuls that they throw in the bag, known as the
bonus fries.
The bonus fries.
It's the best.
So you never get cheated on fries.
No, I mean, let's face it. Everybody loves French fries. They've got the love. They make good French fries and they give you extras. You're always looking at the bottom of the bag for extra ones. And when you look at the bottom of the bag, there's almost more than was in the cup.
Right.
It's unbelievable. So you go back and watch one of the early episodes when we visit there, and you can see the joy on our faces as we're eating them. Now, when we talk about lagniappe and that extra something, a lot of times I like to talk about a Happy Meal.
Right.
Now there's a toy inside, and that's almost an easy analogy for this. But there is something that McDonald's is doing besides a Happy Meal with a toy. And, McDonald's is a huge entity, franchises all over the place. But what are they doing across the nation?
Yeah, what's interesting is that they've made the move now to do free Wi-Fi at all of the McDonald's. And we've talked about this before. Say if you're in the hotel industry, that really isn't a little extra. But if you think about it, I mean, Starbucks for the longest time charged.
Now they're doing it for free.
Right. So they've jumped on it. But I think that's a huge thing with now 3G phones and people trying to tap into Wi-Fi. For McDonald's to do that is a nice little extra.
And McDonald's has come under fire so often because of like that Super Size Me movie and all this. And they really bend over backwards to try and have a variety of things on their menu. But they're still in the fast food versus the world battle. They're kind of the poster child. So if somebody is looking around and like, I want to go eat somewhere for lunch, they may not be thinking McDonald's is their first choice, but that Wi-Fi might be the difference between I need to kill an hour before a meeting.
What do you think about it? It could be I need to grab a cup of coffee. Where somewhere I can grab a cup of coffee that I can check my email or...
Oh, and they're making a huge coffee push.
Huge, yeah.
Now, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, yeah.
I can't even say it. I have traveled around the country, and I see these billboards, but I mean, we don't have them on the East Coast, so
right. Yeah.
I don't even know if I've ever even eaten one, but they have those funny billboards with the cows saying "Eat more chicken."
Right. Yeah, they someone had submitted this into the project. I guess when you go through the drive-through there, they'll throw a little mint into the bag. Which, think about it, after you've had like a burger and fries and whatnot, a soda, a nice little something before you either head back into the office or do whatever's next for you.
That's a nice little extra. That's a more useful time for a mint than like when you check into a hotel and there's one in your...
Right.
Although I guess maybe there's a good time to have a breath when you're checking in a hotel. What is Wilson's?
Wilson's is, and we're going to talk about Ritas in a second, but Wilson's is an ice cream place. And I think this is just a cute little extra. What they do is, if you've ever eaten ice cream, especially as a kid with a cone, like a sugar cone, it'll drip out of the bottom. And so one of the things they do, which is genius, they just throw a jelly bean into the bottom of the cone. And you think about it, you finish in your cone, you're probably not even expecting, you're like, holy cow, what color is my jelly bean or whatnot. But I thought that was just a little creative throw-in.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Now, that leads us to Ritas, which I only discovered Ritas a couple of years ago. And they have what they call it water ice.
Water ice, yeah.
So I remember my niece telling me, she's like, don't get the ice cream, get the water ice.
Right.
And there's, fruit flavors, but there's also like cookies and cream and vanilla and like ice cream flavors. Usually when you think of an ice, you think it's like a lemon ice or a watermelon or something.
Right.
You can get any kind you want. So first of all, they've got custard and everything else. Great. So they set the bar. It's a good ice cream
Good
place.
product, yeah.
But what's their lanyard?
Well, I think this is interesting. A couple people had submitted this. The first day of spring, which is really, they're kind of northeast based. So that's really when they really start to ramp up and whatnot. They celebrate the first day of spring. What do? Free water ice for anybody who walks in. Any flavor and like a decent size water ice.
And that's cool. That's key too. Because if you just get like a little Dixie cup.
Right. But you had mentioned something about your experience there that they do.
Now, the first time I went in, my niece is telling me, get it. And I'm hesitant. I'm like, I just want to get my vanilla with rainbow sprinkles like when I go to Carvel.
Right.
And she's like, no. Well, the guy behind the counter is like, do you want to try anything? And let me tell you, they will give you samples, and they'll give you as many samples as you want. So
right.
Obviously, I didn't push it, but I think I tried like 3 different ones.
Right.
Whereas, other ice cream places, sometimes they'll give you 1 or 2.
Right.
These guys are like, you want to try this one? Sure. You want to try this one?
Right.
Sure. And you get a little spoon with
right.
each one. Like, they really take care of you. So I thought that was a
you
nice...
said they didn't make you feel guilty, right?
They didn't make me feel guilty.
Which is key. Did they recommend anything, or?
Not so much as they put up with all our questions. Like, well, how's this one and how's that one?
Right.
Like they're going to say any of them are bad. But, I do appreciate when somebody will, just say, you know what, I never tried that one. I like this one the best. Or just give me your honest opinion. Don't push the one that you're trying to sell.
Right.
So that's our list of fast food places. There's more on the project, and we want you to send us more.
Yeah.
This is another one that if you're in this business and you're not doing anything, this is low-hanging fruit. It doesn't take much to make people happy, to stand out. Because listen, when somebody's driving down the street and it's time for lunch, you have to stand out, or you're gonna
perish.
You're gonna perish.
Right.
So
send us examples. marketinglanyap.com. We're still striving to get 1,001, and we need your help.
all right, that's a wrap. We'll see you next time on the Purple Goldfish.
Thanks.